Ghana could be losing thousands of cities to smugglers, if not millions, at various unapproved routes in Elubo in the western region. The smugglers who transport goods at a charge for people looking to skip paying duties at Ghana's approved routes have been emboldened with the lack of logistics for immigration and customs officials stationed there. Western Regional Correspondent Natalia Kwanza traveled through 6 out of 10 unapproved routes and interacted with some of these smugglers who have no fears whatsoever whenever they encounter such difficulties.
At Cocoville, one of the numerous unapproved routes to and from Ghana to neighboring Ivory Coast at Elubo in the Jomoro district of the Western region. It is business as usual, and my camera captures 3 young men in a canoe fully packed with rice and other goods, paddling towards what they call their landing site. At the bank of the River Tano, another group of young men load bags of rice into a tricycle. They tell me they had been contracted by a shop operator in Takrade to buy these bags of rice from Ivory Coast and use this route to evade duties they consider too expensive. They seem unperturbed by our presence and make no attempt to stop. We learn from the community this illegal business is the norm here and big business as well.
That rice and oil and coal and many more. Yes, sometimes we bring them because they said Cote d'Ivoire rice is cheap. That is why they send out the money, we go there to buy them, bring it here. We pass here because of the duty that they were doing at border side. It's very high, it's very expensive, so people can't do the duty. They used to pass this way. So if the government can reduce the duty for them, they also can pass that place. So that's the reason why you saw them passing this river, through this river, enter the country.
I want small money, then go to school. That's why I'm here.
Is this place an approved route?
No, it's not approved. Because what I know that this place is like illegal place that you always.
Theophilus Annan is a resident here. He takes few minutes off his quiet time here at the riverside to walk me through how goods are transported here every day to and from Ghana and Ivory Coast.
Okay, when they close the border, people would like to use this route to go to wherever they want to go because of time. So when they get there, those guys over there, they will cross them and collect some money from them.
Daily basis, can you estimate the number of people who move in and out?
For there are many, to be frank with you. I can't tell you a specific number, but there are many, especially market days, for instance, and in the evening.
I have come to Cocoa Town, about 10 minutes drive from Cocoville. Here, I meet a queue of canoe paddlers waiting to offer transportation service to anyone who wants to smuggle goods from Ghana to Ivory Coast. Their destination from here is usually an Ivorian community called French Nungwa. This is River Tando, and it is the boundary between Elubo community known as Cocoa Town and French Nungwa. This happens to be a no man's land. We are going to get to the side of the river and see if we can get some Ivorians coming down. An Okada driver, Kwekunimo, not his real name, takes me to French Nungwa. He tells me unapproved routes here in Cocoa Town are as busy as the main Elubo border. He says the people who transport the goods have tactical means of frustrating immigration and customs officials on the river, since the officials do not have a speedboat to chase after them.
For the comparison of the borders, and like I said, Elubo is so effective, but one of two things no a ha border so come.
For residents here, the unapproved routes have become hubs of economic activities, boosting their local economy. They cannot be bothered about any negative impacts.
Economically, these routes is very important to this community and Ghana as a whole. To be sincere to you, this route has helped this community a lot economically. We don't have a single day whereby a car will not come from Côte d'Ivoire.
It is 30 minutes after 7 p.m. and the main Elubo border is closed. But in the thick of the darkness, I see people busily transporting goods and persons to the river tunnel. I have been informed illegal transporters like these stay on the river till 12 a.m.
They were afraid. They were afraid to pass here. So we try to convince them so that they can pass and go. We also can get our chop money from that place. So because of there is no work.
The story will be told over and over, but without the necessary logistics, border officials will check those who choose to use the approved border, and the unapproved routes will remain hubs for smugglers and traffickers. In Athalia Kwanza, Joy News, Western Region.
Well, back here in Accra, the chief executive of MENZGOLD, Nana Mensah, says he will be unable to pay locked-up investments of depositors unless government unfreezes assets belonging to his company. Addressing his first news conference 9 months after he left Ghana, he ended up in the Dubai jail. Nana Mensah, popularly known as Nam1, also asked government to help his company make full recovery of his over $30 million he says is locked up with a Dubai-based company, Horizon Royal Diamond. Well, Maxwell Agbawa was at that news conference and our reports.
Personnel from the counter-terrorism unit of the Ghana Police Service are also here to ensure that a serene atmosphere is created for this press conference. Well, earlier within the auditorium, journalists who had gathered there were asked to come out for a thorough search to be conducted before the press conference starts here at the MJ Grand Hotel. The Chief Executive Office of MENZGOLD, Nana Mensah, as part of his demands, is also asking government to come clear on which state institution has regulatory oversight for his line of business.
Number one, to assist us make full recovery of the amount owed MENZGOLD by Horizon Royal Diamond in Dubai. As an act of good faith, we are willing to engage the Attorney General's office on the best possible way for them to aid MENZGOLD by employing international law and diplomatic relations to ensure we achieve this objective. 2, to unfreeze our companies and my personal bank account and asset for us to utilize these as vehicles to get productive in order to meet our liabilities, owed to our customers and some business associates in our bid to resolve our liabilities immediately. As of now, Brew Marketing Consult, MENZGOLD and I cannot credit or debit any bank account in Ghana. This is why it is highly imperative to consider this kind request. 3, to clearly give direction as to which government agent or agency has jurisdiction to regulate the activity of gold, collectible, or jewelry trade in Ghana, just so we can apply for the necessary certifications in order to proceed with our business in a fair and sound manner.
He would not say exactly when he intends to start paying the dividends and deposits of his customers, explaining his ability to pay is tied to the disbursement of his funds with a Dubai-based company and the unfreezing of his accounts by the state.
This is tied to the fact that we cannot access money. We just can't access money. We can't, do without the bank account. Especially when we have money laundering allegations, So once that is done, once we engage government, whatever decision they take, and we would also get to the customer's leadership, and then we would all jojo, and then do consensus building, then agree on timelines that would be of mutual benefit. So
and taking you to the Ashanti region, the Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research has set up a laboratory at Algo in the Asante-Achim North District for studying into neglected tropical diseases. The center aims at facilitating Ghana's quest to achieve the World Health Organization's Universal Health 2030 targets. Lab FM's Kwesi Debra was at the commissioning and has filed this report.
The over €150,000 facility will be equipped with the state-of-the-art tools to investigate various health problems. It's a collaboration between the Ministry of Health, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and Bernard Nocht Institute for Tropical Medicine, Germany. Professor Richard Odame Phillips is Scientific Director at the KCCR.
You know that the research is so needed in the tropics to be able to improve our health care. And so 22 years ago, we said, well, we have to have such a facility because previously, all work that we do here can only be done outside the country, in developed countries. But we have to bring it closer to us so that the illnesses that we have here, we'll be able to investigate them and find solutions to our own problems. And so we set up this as a collaboration between the Ministry of Health, the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and the Bernard Nocht Institute of Tropical Medicine. And we provided state-of-the-art equipment in Kumasi to do the sort of work that is done in developed countries. But then we realized that we have to come closer to the communities. And Agogo is spot on for that kind of facility because of their collaborative spirit for us to establish this kind of facility also here, bringing healthcare and research closer to the communities.
The Bernard Nocht Institute of Tropical Medicine has been partnering KNUST and Agogo Hospital for over 20 years. Agogo will serve as conduit to bring research closer to the community. Professor Dr. Jorgen May is Chairman, Committee on Research of Tropic, Bernard Nocht Institute for Tropical Medicine.
More than 20 years long collaboration with the KNUST and the KCCR and also the Agogo Presbyterian Hospital. And based on this long collaboration on research and improving patient care, we need a new building because we have growing teams and we have more research projects, and so we need better laboratories and offices to perform our work in the future together with our partners from Ghana.
Reporting for JoyNews, Kwesi Debra.
Well, very insightful. But before we go, President Akufo-Addo says continuing projects started by previous administrations make the country an attractive destination to foreign investment and interest. He noted the general rule is that agreement struck with one government is respected by successive regimes. The president made the statement at the commissioning of the new Upper West Regional Hospital in Wa, and it is to enhance quality healthcare delivery for people in the region and surrounding areas. Well, Rafiq Salam was there.
President Akufo-Addo, shortly before commissioning the 160th state-of-the-art hospital, quickly recalled how the hospital came into being, noting that the project has spanned past 4 presidents, beginning from President John Agyekum Kufuor and ending with him.
This is a good statement about our country and the continuity of our institutions and of our governance, and a statement that all of us Ghanaians should continue to sponsor and appreciate. It is this continuity that makes our country an attractive destination for foreign investment and foreign interest in our nation, because agreements struck with one government, as a general rule, are respected by successive governments.
The magnificent giant edifice has several components, which included the administration, outpatient department, laboratory, radiology, and emergency blocks. It also has 7 operating theaters, maternity, children, 40-bed inpatient VIP wards, mortuary, and a parking lot for over 114 cars. President Akufo-Addo expressed worry over the lack of culture of maintenance in the country regarding public facilities and admonished the hospital management to work to ensure that the facility maintains its status. Curtain of sword for the construction of the $52 million turnkey project was done in 2010, but actual construction of the project began in 2012 and was expected to be completed in 2014. The project, however, delayed owing to some constructional challenges. The project is part of the Ghana No. 8 hospital project and was executed by Egyptian contractors Eurojet de Invest. Its chairman, Said Diras, spoke of the challenges they encountered in executing the project.
Delay in parliamentary approval for tax exemption for the project. It was finally granted in 23 December 2016. Delay in refund of VAT paid by subcontractors. New tax policy introduced by Ministry of Finance in March 2017. Poor route conditions from Accra to project site.
Upper West Regional Minister Dr. Hafiz bin Sali stated that the commissioning of the new hospital will further enhance healthcare delivery in the region and appeal to the Ghana Health Service to post the requisite staff, a special specialist, to the facility to make it fully functional.
As a referral hospital in the region, it is expected of the staff and management to be professional in the discharge of their duties and also ensure that the equipment and structures are constantly maintained to prolong their lifespan.
Project manager of Eurojet de Invest, Engineer Mohamed Ramzi, assured the people of the region that they have worked to the specification of the project and was excited that it is now completed.
Yes, everything is set. We have a quality of the equipment that we have. Here is the high-end qualities all over the world, the most moderate items that we have here in the production of the medical equipment. So everything is ready, everything has been tested and commissioned, everything is ready to receive the patient of Ghana.
President Akufo-Addo earlier was at the St. Andrew's Catholic Church in Wa for a Sunday church service. He told the church that Ghanaians have seen how he has shared the country's limited resources equitably throughout the country, and he is of the strong belief that Ghanaians will give a good verdict of his government come the 2020 polls. Reporting for JoyNews, Rafik Salam.
Oh, a president there, none other than Akufo-Addo. But that's where we end the news. We have more news. We'll review the newspapers. We'll look at the front pages, the center spreads, and the back pages of the dailies we have in the studio. Then also we'll take a look at myjoyonline.com. Ultimately, is our best news portal, myjoyonline.com. Please stay with us.